Hello, this is Keith with the Georgetown County School District, and today I'm going to show you how to use Google Forms Automatic Grader to be able to grade tests. So let's get started with that. And here I have a Google form that I have already entered 4 or 5 questions into, actually 4 questions into. First thing I have student name and then class period. This is going to be from a drop-down menu. And so when I go down here, let's just go ahead and add another question in the new Google Forms. This is where you would add. So I'm going to click add a question here, and I'm going to go ahead and put a question in that I had ready. And for my answer choices, I'm going to put, let's see, let's make this one choice, and there's a second choice, and let's make Myrtle Beach a third choice. And then from there, I want to click required because I want that to be a question that they cannot skip. They have to do that one. All of these I've made multiple choice except for this one. I've made a checkbox so they can choose more than one response. All right, so here's the test we've got completed. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my settings, and I'm going to click to make this a quiz. And I will click here, making that a quiz. Right now, I'm going to say I don't want to release their info and check that one off and then hit save. All right, so as I go to my different questions now, here's my first one. When I click into that, as though I were going to edit it, you'll see here it says answer key. So I'm going to click the answer key, and I will choose the answer that I want to be considered the correct answer. Then I'll move down to the next one. The American flag has how many stars? We're going to say answer key and 50. And let me go back up because I want to make sure we're going to count each one of these questions as 20 points each, since we actually only have 5 questions. So let's go back and do that. Now, here's our third one. The American flag has 13 total stripes. So I'm going to say answer key 13, and we'll make this 20 points as well. Go through this very quickly, do the same thing. All states that border, answer key, and the correct answer here is Georgia and North Carolina, and make that 20 points. And the capital of South Carolina is going to be answer key, Columbia, and make that one for 20 points. All right, now it automatically saves, so you don't have to worry about doing a saving now. I'm going to click on responses. I don't have any yet, of course. And I'm going to create a spreadsheet to be able to get the responses. Let me back up, because at the top here of our questions, I have it titled My Google Grader here, but I don't have it up here. If I just click here, it will name my form for me. So when I'm looking for it in my Google Drive later on, it'll be there. All right, so I am going to, again, go back to my responses. This is where I'm going to choose to create a spreadsheet, and say yes, create a spreadsheet, create it, and my spreadsheet should come up. And so there will be the timestamp, and actually the timestamp will have the date in there, so you don't have to worry about that. There's the score, the student's name, class period, and here are the questions that will be graded. So with this, I'm going to click here under form, and then I'm going to say go to live form. And I'm just going to go in real quick, and I'm going to take this test, and I'll choose first period, and I'm just going to go down and choose the bottom on each one of these just to see what kind of answer. Let's choose a couple of these here, and I will choose that one, and I'll hit submit. Now this gives you an option to submit another response. You can actually take that off, and I'll show you where to do that when you're doing your form, but I left it on for the purpose of me being able to quickly go through here and take this again, so that you can see a couple of different responses that will go in to the answers. Georgia and Florida, and we'll say 10 here, and we'll say Myrtle Beach there. And we'll do one more very quickly. And we'll do class period 1 as well. And we'll make Doug the smartest guy in the class. So he'll have do 50, he'll do 13. Georgia, North Carolina, and Columbia, and we hit submit. Okay, so I'm going to close this out, And then when I go to my response sheet, you will see that it has graded. KB made an 80, Mark made a 40, Doug made 100, and it'll tell you the responses in here as the sheet always does. Here's the date, here's the actual time that they took the test. And so that's the way you see your actual individual questions. This will actually give you some summary of information. And if you go back to your questions, or if you want to go back over here to your general, then you can say limit to one response. That means they would have to sign in. So we don't usually do that. You can let them edit. You can see summary charts if you want them to do that. Under the presentations, show link for another response. This one you'll uncheck and then hit save. And then your Google Grader test should be ready. It'll tell you how many responses you got when you first pull it up as well. This should help you out. If you have any more questions, feel free to give me a call or email, and I will see you soon.